am so embarrassed. I've been talking for 3 or 4 minutes to the camera and not y'all. I'm like, how come there's no one in the, I see people in the chat, but I don't see on the screen. It puts people, how many people, there's a number count. I'm like, there's nothing right there. I'm trying to wipe off the camera. Like the glare is bad. I hadn't gone live yet. Lord, let me drink this. But I figured it out. So that's a win. So as I was saying to myself, okay, IG, I'm on, oh, I look good on IG. Hey, IG. And I don't have a filter on. I'm over on my YouTube channel, Homeschool Knockouts. The link is in the bio. I changed the link. It was an old dead link from my old page. Homeschool Knockouts. We're over there. The party's over there. Come hang out with us. Let us know if you're coming over from IG, okay? I'll be here for about 1 more minute. And then come on over to Homeschool Knockouts on my YouTube channel. What's up, Black Men Homeschool? Hey, you need to come on over, Black Men Homeschool. We need more brothers. We need more men, period. Come on over to my YouTube channel. Okay, now listen. All right. So, successful children. Hello, honey, and happy holidays to you. I know you got to run. That's okay, Muna. And 3AK Homeschool. Y'all, I'm not happy with this lighting. I'm going to have to do something. Oh, I don't have my main light on. We're going to make it do what it do. Now, as you know, when we come in, I like to know where you guys are coming from. You ain't got to tell us your street, your city, or whatever, but tell us what part of the galaxy, the universe, the hemisphere, wherever. Whatever rock you crawled under because you were having that kind of a day. Wherever you are, let us know in the chat. And also, you guys know I like to start our shows with a win. So if you have a win, put it in the chat, okay? You don't have to type a whole essay. It can be something simple like, my daughter smiled at me today instead of snarling. Or I wrote in my planner and did everything that I wrote in my planner. It could be something as I call blocked an energy vampire, a friend. That's the energy vampire, right? So you got to start thinking of wins, not just homeschool, because whatever is happening to you, macro, micro, as above, so below, that transcends, that manifests, that generalizes into your whole day. We take all those wins, okay? We are not bougie about those wins. I'm about to turn on this light because I look like Elvira. So all my IG people, go to my YouTube channel because I want the views. I ain't no shame in my game. I want the views. It is Homeschool Knockouts. You notice I changed the name. I'll talk about that another day. But come on over there. We'll love to have you. Hey, Makeup by Zeray. I haven't seen you in a minute. Come on over there, you guys, all right? I'm about to shut this off. Now, is my lighting okay? Because I look heck dark. Oh, it's saying my connection is low too. Hold on, y'all. Look, you know I'm a prepper. I'm prepared. I got my little solar generator. Let me hook up. I think I might need to do my Ethernet. All right, so guys, so if you can just hold on, get this other light on. Let me get this light plugged in. Ooh, don't want to show anything. Don't want to show anything. I'm gonna get this light turned on because it's dark in here, guys. It's dark. And I respect you guys enough to give you something that's visibly pleasing. All right. Okay, so the topic is, I'm like Keystone Capers. That's all right. You got to work on the fly. You got to be able to work on the fly. Okay, why is it not turning on? Why is it not turning on? Because that's okay, because we are not going to get stressed out. I'm not lighting or tech. And boom. Woo! All right. All right. Cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. All right. That's all right. We're here. We're going to talk about it. Now, I'm going to start with... okay. That's all right. Nothing broke. Nothing broke. Nothing to see. All right. We're good. Let me turn this light down. And for those of you who stayed on the live last week, it was long live, it was 2 hours. Those of you who stayed on, I sent you a digital appreciation gift. Oh Lord, I didn't print it out. Hold on, but I do have it on here. Hey Sheena, did you get your digital appreciation gift? I'm about to show it to you. Now, these are my diehards. First, let me read this. My daughter is so much more happier since we have started homeschooling. I noticed a big change. Beautiful. That is a win. See, I don't have my cowbells downstairs. I used it last week for my son's tournament. So we got to be dainty with this. That is a major win. Come on, y'all. Give me some more wins. Give me some more wins. All right. You guys on IG, I'm shutting it down. Come on over to my YouTube channel, Homeschool and Knockouts. The link is in the bio. I just changed it because it was dead, but now I got it up, alive, and cracking. All right. I love you guys. See you in a minute. All right. Now, let's get on with it. All right. No, we don't need to share that. Now, give me some more wins. I want at least 2 more wins. Okay, give me some more wins. Who else has a win? I'm here just a little late. Melithia, that's a win. When you just make it to somewhere, that's a win because you had a lot of obstacles. Maybe you didn't want to go. Anything that could have kept you from getting to where you wanted to go could have kept you from where you're trying to go. So that's a win that you made it in. Now, let me give you a brief little intro to what we're going to talk about our topic. And then I'm going to give you some examples of how it applies to me. And then I'm going to bring on a special guest. So I want to get going because I want to stay on our schedule. Okay, so topic. When homeschooling is going well, don't you dare moonwalk away. That's called self-sabotage. Now listen. What is homeschooling? What is it? How do you know if homeschooling is going well? I do get that a lot from people. They don't know. They're expecting it to be rah-rahs and birds and confetti. No, if it's just a regular day, it's like with marriage. People ask, how do you stay together so long? Don't you have the magic and going out and doing all this crazy, freaky deaky stuff? Marriage after a certain point is boring. But it's secure, it's stable. You have a partner, a life partner that you're growing with, and you're growing old with, and there's no drama in your life. There's no kerfuffle. There's no, danger. So that's because it's even keel. It doesn't have to be boring, but overall, there are no big drastic changes, because of someone doing something or not doing something. So that's a marriage that's going well. It might look boring, it might not catch your notice, your eye, but it's still successful. It's the same thing with homeschooling. Your child doesn't have to be acing every test or building elaborate architectural structures and all. No. What's doing well for me? Number 1, if your child is making progress, however small, remember my book, Atomic Habits? I put it over there. I don't feel like grabbing it. You got to keep your eye open, okay? Moms and dads, caretakers, you have to retrain your eye to notice these incremental, microscopic quantum wins or progress. For example, your child hates to write, okay? This is my child. This is my example. And in the beginning, my child, his dexterity, his fine motor skills were pretty weak. But I knew that. So when he would write, he would literally write 3 words and he was tired. And then he was frustrated. And the 3 words were as messy as could be. It was like a pig Latin. So what I did, changed things up. And of course, we went back to doing more fine motor skills, like air drawing in the sand and rice and doing all kinds of things where he was building up his strength and stamina. Okay, you need strength and stamina. And so I said, okay, day 1, you write 1 word and you make that the best ever word in the world that you did this year. And I would give him 2 3-letter words, do, 2. Because I knew it was below what he could do, but I had to build his confidence up, right? And also, when you're starting to work out, you don't just start off at, level 50. You have to walk, You gotta walk on that treadmill, huffing and puffing, sweat all over the place, and you going 2.0 miles per hour. Meanwhile, the girl next to you with her long ponytail, Nike cap, all Nike down, tube top, bras, everything. She's smiling, ain't got no sweat, no nothing. She's 6.0 run, right? But we're doing that for 12 years. You're just, Bob the Builder movements, all awkward and slow. So you start there. Next day, I said, do it again. So write that word 2 times. So by the end of the week, he wrote that word 5 times. That was all he had to do for writing. And well, we weren't officially really writing, but it was like pre-writing. And by the end of the month, he built up his stamina, he built up his confidence, and he was also learning spelling. But it was very small and incremental. You couldn't see the progress. But at the end of the week, and I make sure, because I grew up in the military, so they measure everything, right? Y'all know in the military, everything is countable and measurable. And so by the end of the week, I would show him his progress because he couldn't see his progress because it was so slow. And I would show him, look at what you did on Monday. Look at what you did on Wednesday. And look at what you did on Friday. And look at that. And he would see it was small progress, but it was progress. Next week, he would see a little bit more progress. So you have to be patient, and you have to teach your child to be able to see incremental progress that they're making. They're struggling with math problems. They're having difficulty with math problems. Pull it back. Let's find something that leads up to what they're doing. Let's find what you can do, okay? And then we'll go from there. Build that confidence back up. Get the thing that was troubling them. Go back to something that they know and feel confident with. And then you bring in, say, division, say multiplication. You can teach multiplication 6 different ways. You just try one way. So small, so incremental. So that's what we're talking about with progress. Reading. Maybe they can read, a whole paragraph. Then the next day, another paragraph. And then they start moving on to read a whole page, or you take turns reading. But, you can kind of measure and track it so they can see their progress and you can see it. And then you can praise them for that progress and for hanging in there. Hold on, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay. So you have to be able to see the progress, right? That's when homeschooling is going well. All right. Does anyone have any questions so far? Let's see. Zoe says, I just completed a 4-day water fast, baby. I know about those water fasts. That is huge. Way to go, Zoe. Way to go. Beautiful says, they are banning solar generators in Cali, I heard. Not a wind, just wondering. No, it's gas generators. Yes, it's gas, not solar. It's gas. Oh my gosh. Okay, so y'all, hold on. Thank you for that segue, beautiful. I have a new channel, a YouTube channel. Check it out and subscribe if you would support me. I feel I'm a newbie all over again. It's called the Messy Homesteader. Now, a lot of you know, like my veteran followers, I hate saying followers, my friends, y'all know that I'm a prepper. I don't really like to say that too much because I don't want to put a target on my back. But so I'm always on the lookout for things that California does. It has a lot of restrictions. A lot of plants and trees can't be mailed or sent to California. Trying to get a Berkey water filter, they only give you like 2 options versus the 6 or 7 options that Berkey offers. Berkey is a very high-end water system, portable. But of course I'm a Jedi, so I got around that. But with California, they're so over the top with restrictions. But yes, it is gas generators. They're trying to phase out gas, petrol, our dependence on that. But instead of really hitting the companies and the major offenders, they're hitting the people, the everyday people. What's up? Oh, am I taking you to karate? Oh, where's Dad? Oh no, he took a brother to wrestling. Oh, do you have your phone? Call Dad real quick because he knows I'm going live. See, but that's okay because look, that's progress. Now, this is the son that used to keep me on my knees. Y'all know my stories. That baby kept me on my knees. Now he's my hallelujah child. Like, he's always on it. He's like ready to go. That's my ace right there. So I don't know what's going on with my husband. Okay, so anyway, what was I talking about? Y'all know I have short-term memory, which is something I need to work on. Okay, so the Messy Homesteader. So, homesteading is gardening, it's storing food, it's preserving food, it's pressure canning, dehydrating, it's being self-sufficient, right? In all ways, shape, and form, and protecting yourself, right? And all of those things that come together, raising your own food, chickens, animals, things like that. And how did I get on this topic? Who got me? Oh, beautiful with her. Wait, beautiful. What did you say? Let me go back to your comment. Solar generators. Yes. So because of that, because I'm plugged into the prepper community, so I already knew. But so the government comes down on the little people, the people who, do lawn care services. They have those gas, like they've already been cracking down on the workers that come do the yards with their blowers, because the blowers use gas. Lawn mowers, oh my gosh, I used to cut the yard in 100-degree heat in Houston, and I remember having that handle with the string, and you had to pull it, and then it was like, it's gas. So they're trying to phase all of that out. I don't know how well that's going to go. You can do that stuff in Texas, baby, but guess in California you can. So moving on. So if you want to check out my other channel, I don't have any content up yet, but I will have a whole slew of videos, gardening and canning videos, and some general preps starting next week. So I'm really excited about that. But let's get back to homeschooling. Let me go back to here. Let me get back to here. Okay. So we have Zoe's water fast. We have 3AK says, didn't add makeup days to our December. I was convinced I needed to, but finally accepted it's okay not to make up 6 days. Miss 3AK, that is a big tingle wingle win for you being the CEO of your MF house, right? You're the CEO. Now, I don't know, I forget what state you're in. But some states have requirements, but just like in the mafia, you got on the books and you got off the books. So, you just have to manipulate or massage the situation as best you can. But that's huge. Who says you need makeup days? You just pick up where you left off. So that's huge. That is a huge win. And I'm glad you said that. See, you're giving me ideas. Yes. So if you are you in Cali, beautiful? And did you change your name? Because there was another beautiful. I didn't write down everyone's names, not as a database kind of thing, just so I can keep track, because I start confusing people. Oh, wait, are you Zoe Beautiful? Or were you Zoe Makeup by Zoe on IG? Let me know if you were Makeup by Zoe. Okay. All right. So, all right. Sandra says, I'm not sure what that is. Can y'all help me out? What is Sandra trying to say? Sandra, can you write that again? I don't know what that is. So how do you know if your kid is on their grade level properly? Okay. So okay, so that's number one. How do you know homeschooling is going well? Okay, you're looking at progress, right? Now, people measure progress in different ways. Some people want more tangible outputs, right? Meaning some kinds of assessment, some kind of post-assessment where they can see how their child started at, point A and where they are at point C. Okay, so if you want to do tests, I have a video on, I think, your online test. You have to go back in my archives. I might need to do an updated version, because a lot of times companies change or they get bought out or something like that. But there are a couple of tests if you want to do them. You have the Iowa test. You have the Stanford test, Stanford 10 test. Those are the two most popular ones. There is another one, I can't remember the name, but they have tests, right? Now, if you're using curriculum, see if they include tests. A lot of major publishers, they have optional tests that you can get. Now, if they don't do it, this is when you get on Google, because there's always some mom that put something together where she has some kind of assessment, right? Now, if you're an unschooler, or maybe you're Charlotte Mason and you don't really, want to do those kinds of assessments, do verbal assessments, okay? For math, have your child teach you how to do decimals, how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed number, or have for writing, you know, give your child a writing prompt and time. Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you this writing prompt, and in 20 minutes, show me what you got. Or just say, hey, you know what? Write something about whatever, and give them as much time as they need. Okay, and there might not be a need for speed, it just might be a need to see what they can do. Okay, or you can say if you're working on an essay and they're not done with it, but you've kind of helped them or guided them through, let them take the reins and finish the rest to see what they know, what they retain, what they remember. Okay, um, for reading, um reading comprehension questions, that's probably one of the easiest things to gauge comprehension. Okay, is asking them, oh, you know what, I need to make a list. And because y'all know I love reading and literature. um Hold on, I'm gonna make a printable of printable reading comprehension questions that you can use for any kinds of book, any genre, nonfiction, fiction, printable reading comprehension questions. Okay. And then that way you can gauge their understanding. You can also have them narrate it back to you. After every chapter, have them narrate to you what they've just read. Summarize it, okay? That's printable reading comprehension questions. Okay, those are great ways to do assessments to see. Now look, back in the days, teachers didn't have all these tests that they gave you to see how you were doing. You would line up and walk up to the teacher, and she would ask you a couple of questions. Yeah, give you a star or a stamp or whatever, and you would go on and go play or go have some quiet reading time, right? She would just call up each student. You will go up there and she would test you verbally. Okay. So for history, same thing. You're just asking questions to check for understanding, to check to see how their thought process is evolving. Are they adding to what they've already read? Are they pulling from other experiences? That's how you definitely see tremendous progress, right? You're going to see different levels of it. So those are just some of the things that you're in Alabama, beautiful. Okay, so those are just some of the things that you can do to check the progress that your child is making. Okay, and remember, it's not just strictly academics, right? It's tenacity, perseverance, it's independence, all of these life skills, all of these intangibles that your kids really need to have and master. So you start checking for that. Chores, are you not reminding your kids to take out the trash or put their clothes in the laundry? Are you doing that less often? That's progress. Okay, you see my child, I take it, child, let me just see if because I didn't hear my husband come back, so I don't know what's going on. Let me see if he's gonna pick up his phone. Um, but here's my kid. We got karate in point whatever. Now my oldest child, oh, that's no progress at all. He's the oldest child, but this child, hey, are you in the house? Okay, let me call dad real quick. Okay, okay. I'm sorry, guys. This is life. This is life. Um, yeah, just not being on the same page. So yeah, so those are different ways to check progress. Now, hey, you're not taking Jack to karate? Wait, where are you? Okay, well, okay. All right. I'll let them know. Uh, oh, just now? Okay. All right. We're cool then. All right. Bye. I'm sorry, guys. He's shopping for my birthday gift, which my birthday's Sunday. Okay, so couldn't be mad at him, right? All right, so I'm sorry. Okay, so that's how you check for progress. Now, what what are some other things that you can do to check for is homeschooling going well? The most obvious thing to me is your child engaged? Is your child interested in what you are doing and putting in front of them? If you put out your English book in front of him, your writing book, and your child's like, oh my God, okay, they're not interested. You know, if they have a class that they go to, online class or a physical class, are they excited about going to that? Maybe they weren't in the beginning, maybe now they are. So look to see if they are engaged and interested in what is going on in their homeschool life. Whether they do extracurriculars, play piano, dance, are they okay with it? They don't have to like do cartwheels and stuff when you start working on that subject. But if they're like okay with it, then that's going well. Okay. If there are no tears, there's no crying, there's no moaning, no groaning, that's going well. Okay. So we don't want to moonwalk away from that. And what I mean by moonwalking is, and I was guilty of this because I am a curriculum hopper. We'll have something we're doing just fine with, i.e., for us, spelling, I mean, cursive, and I see something shiny over there. I'm like, I always wanted to try it. We have we got a little plateau right here, but there was no complaints. But I'm thinking grass is greener on the other side. I go grab this other curriculum, put it in front of him. We're gonna put this aside for a little bit, and then, Mom, here we go again. But just try it. Give it to my child, and they ain't like it. And then we ended up going back, because I thought it had to be like people think marriage should be always running through the meadows and, roses and chocolate and all of this stuff they see on TV when it's just, a lot of times it's just boring everyday stuff. With homeschool, a lot of times it can be boring everyday stuff, but that's going well. That's okay. You can always bump it up and do something, different and interesting to like, spice it up. But when it's just going like this, it's not flatlining, it's pumping. It's the heart. Your heart's not pumping like this all the time. You can't maintain that. But like this, yeah. Okay, it's kind of, no complaints, it's not, Disneyland, but it's good. So if your child is engaged and interested, if they're not fussing about it, keep what you're doing. Don't moonwalk and try something else, or go sign up for this and that, and then you're disrupting the flow and rhythm of your homeschool day. Just keep it as is. Okay, keep it as is. Danielle, what's up? Okay, this is perfect timing. My kids are hitting a wall with Beast Academy. Girl, they all hit a wall with Beast Academy. We are going to step away from it for now. It's really hard for me to stop doing a curriculum that I really enjoy. Now, here's the other thing. Well, you say, well, Nikki, I enjoy the curriculum, but my kids don't. The other side is not so bad. If your kids enjoy it, but you don't like it, well, you're like, okay, well, at least they enjoy it. I'll put up with it. But when it's on the other side, you're like, we got to make this work. And that was me. So put it aside, bring in something else. And for math, that's a great time to bring in like depending on the age, grade level, bring in manipulatives, things that are totally different, that just totally flips it. Like I talked about it in a previous video, like Life or Fred, different kind of approach to math. And it's not competitive. Is story form. I am a huge fan of literature or story-based learning because we remember those stories, and stories are easier to make connections in life. And what do kids always say about stuff they're learning? I'll never use this in life. This is useless. But when they see the stories, read the stories, and they see those real world connections, they have instant buy-in. That's why I like story or literature-based curriculum, or just lessons. It does so much more than what you think it does. So yeah, so shelve that, take a break, or put math aside, for a bit, and do something totally different. It's a shock, but that's how you know that still homeschooling is going well, because your kids hit a wall. You knew that they were hitting the wall, although you still like it, but you are ready to make a change versus staying on that bumpy road. Now, you want to be on the bumpy road and still kind of give it a chance. When that bumpy road starts bumping you out the window of the car, then which sounds like that might be for you. So that's how you make that adjustment, that alignment, to keep homeschool going well. Okay. Remember, it's going well. What I say about the moonwalk. You're going to have things that are going to try to pull you back or pull you over to the side. So you just make that slight adjustment to keep homeschool going well, which is what you're doing. So that's great, Danielle. Happy early birthday. And man, I just need to request a Zoom or something with you. I'm over here like, hey, beautiful. And thank you so much. Y'all listen, honey, it's just, we're all there. We're all more alike than we think. The struggles, the challenges, the successes, all of that stuff, it's all human nature. No matter what you are, we still have those same kinds of issues that bond us together. I just put my business out on Front Street. It's like a little therapy for me, and I always like to find other people who are like messed up and messy and all over the place like me. But I appreciate that. Coffee and Cream says, I'm late, but it's all good. That's the win. Okay. When you're late somewhere, but you made it, that's a win, because you didn't have to come. I'll have to back after the video and rewatch. Okay, so guys, I want to take a quick break because I am past my time. I want to bring in our special guest, and I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I meant to bring her in earlier. So I'm going to bring in one of our guests. You guys know her. She is amazing. She is always giving us major information that that helps out so many people. Let me just see if she a special guest. Let me see. I think I need you. Okay. Yes. Let me see. So, as I was telling you guys before, you guys have a lot of wisdom to share, a lot of experiences to share. And I'm really serious about that. And so I really want to use my platform to help get your voices out and to connect to other people. Okay. Sometimes you have to hear something from a different person for it to click, or someone just says it better than me or someone else. So we all want to win. So, all right. Awesome. So with that said, I want to bring in our special guest. I think this is my first guest for this year, and I could not be happier to add in Miss Jessica. Hold on, baby. There we go. Everybody show Jessica some love. Show her some love. You know her. She is always giving you some kind of amazing resource, whether it's Spanish, it's science. She is on point when it comes to like biochemistry. She is a wealth of information. So definitely pick her brain, ask her as many questions as you want. She has let's just give them how they can contact you and support you. She is on IG, and Miss Jessica, tell them how they can reach you first. Hold on, let me make sure the video.
All right.
Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, girl. I got to talk and I forgot you were in the wings, but we're here. So where can I reach you on IG and YouTube? Whatever you got.
Yeah, so you can reach me on Instagram, and you can follow me on there. It's learning with sweet tea. So learning.with.sweet tea. And you can follow me on there. And let's see.
Learning
I don't
dot
know if I can put
with
it.
dot sweet dot tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
that's right.
when you're doing Instagram, do we put the at sign or the pound sign in front of it?
The at symbol.
The at symbol. Okay, so
Hmm.
I just put Jessica's her handle, and then I'm going to put it on the banner so you guys can go over there, subscribe, support this young lady. She's doing amazing things. And let me get this up here. All right, so you can grab her banner. I'm gonna take this off. And can you see her banner? All right, learning with sweet tea. Yes, so learning with sweet tea. So, Jessica, everybody would like to know. Now, Jessica, let me just back up. So, tell them just a little bit about yourself, your homeschool journey, and how you've kind of come to this point.
Um, yeah, so I am a single mom of one.
Mhm.
She is 9. She just had a birthday September. And
Yeah.
so my journey started, really right when the pandemic hit. And I think for a lot of us parents, kind of diving in, with no guidance whatsoever. I think all of us kind of was just in this like, oh, well, like, what do we do? Now that I have to teach my child or my children. So, and for me, hi, I kind of had, this thought already, or this notion already, um, that, this is something that I wanted to do,
Mhm.
not only for myself, but for her as well, and her education, to try something different, because she is in public school. Now, I know that may be different for, some parents here on the live, as to where you may have been, homeschooling for, from the very beginning, or you may have been in public school or private school as a child, and now as a parent, you just wanted some things differently for your family. And so, when the pandemic hit, it definitely gave me the opportunity to kind of build that. To kind of build just like a different relationship with my
Mhm.
daughter when it came to her education. Like what I wanted her to know, different books, just exposing her to different things. And so, yeah, it's definitely been a journey
Mhm.
that, I'm definitely going to continue as she gets older. And, just the different things that she's learning now, just trying to find, what is she interested in? How is
Mhm.
she learning? And that's something that I'm now, starting to figure out myself. Okay, well, she learns like this. She's very type A. She's a single child, and
Mhm.
she likes everything to be, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just like all over the place. But for her, she likes structure,
Yes.
and she likes, certain things a certain way. So, definitely for me, with this journey, it's been a journey, and it's been a fun journey, to learn and to grow, not only as a parent,
Mhm.
and not only as a mother and as a woman, but, just to
Yes.
see
All come
her,
together.
grow. Yeah.
So, if you guys haven't checked out Jessica's IG page, you should definitely do that. She puts out a lot of great resources. And this goes to one of my other points about how do we know homeschool is going well? Well, Jessica just said a key thing. She looked at her child and said, what is she into? This is her personality. This is how I can adapt to this. Okay. So you have to kind of do some Inspector Gadget, some Sherlock Holmes, and just sit out in the wild. Who was David Attenborough? No, he was just to be the talker. But you know how you sit in the wild and you just watch the animal for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just to see the patterns? That's almost what you have to do. And I can see that Jessica has really done that because she has such a wealth of different ideas. And a lot of that comes from trial and error, right? Like you said, type A, and you got to try this don't work, got to try something else. So, what is one thing that you think has helped you have homeschool days where things are going well? Was it a matter of a curriculum that you are using, or the flow of the day, or something else? If you can think of things that you're like, man, that really worked. I want to keep doing that.
Mhm. Yeah. Let me see. Here it is. Hold on.
Oh, y'all,
Yeah.
here
So
she
this
comes.
right here.
Y'all come with pen
Let's
and
see.
pencil when Miss Jessica is on, because she's gonna give you something.
Yeah. This is what I don't have my other one here, but this is what I started out with.
Mm-hmm.
I have several, and I jot everything down in here.
Okay.
But for me, and you when it comes to your children, you have to know, like who they are and what they are, and a lot of times, as parents, we kind of, oh well, my child likes this, and it's
Mm-hmm.
something completely different, and you're just like, whoa, I didn't know that. And
Yep.
so, finding out, who they are, how they learn, what they like, what they dislike, etc. And kind of just like fine tuning it, and out for her, um she likes to learn through play. Uh-oh. And
I'm gonna give you the whole screen, my dear, because they need to see
oh,
your
okay,
all
I'm
your
sorry.
beauty and glory.
Can everybody hear me?
Yep, we hear you just fine.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, just trying to, again, just figure out how she did things, and then how I can work with her on that, and she learns through play. And for her, different things or different ways that I noticed of how she uh, what's the word, how she progressed, or how I knew that she not so much mastered, but that I knew that she got it,
Mm-hmm.
um is she likes to draw and to write and color and do things. So what she'll do is she'll say, "Oh, mommy, look," and she'll draw me a picture of what she learned, and she everything to me, and she in fine detail. And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I think you got this. Let's kind of move on to
Mm-hmm.
something else. But then, let's use your toys and all the things that you have, because she's such a girly girl." So, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and so, I
Oh, let me
and
stop you really
for me,
quickly, Jessica. Let me stop
mhm,
you really quickly there. That goes
mhm,
to my third way to know how how excuse me, when homeschooling is going well, when what you're teaching your child seeps into your everyday life or their playtime. That's when you know things are going well. If they're bringing stories in, or if they're taking math or whatever they're doing and they're applying it in their life, whether they're playing or just in everyday life, that's when you know homeschooling is going well. I want you guys to start
yeah,
looking with a different lens and see and start looking at things differently. When you start, it's just like when you were pregnant, you probably never noticed any pregnant people around your babies, but as soon as you got pregnant, everybody and their mama was pregnant. Or if you're trying to buy a car, certain car, maybe you want to buy a Toyota, you never looked at any Toyotas. Now that you're looking for cars, you see Toyotas everywhere. So now when you get in the mindset of looking at how, yeah, if this is working, how, why is it working, and you start looking and just asking yourself questions, just keep asking why is this working, how is this working, you'll start getting to the root of it, and you'll start seeing the magnificence of what you're doing, but you don't realize it. Continue, because that's key. That's really key.
yeah. I'm just looking at the comments, but yeah. And also too, once you kind of just build that foundation, and it all starts with foundation, no matter how
Mhm.
you started. We all have to start somewhere, and how we lay our foundation is how we lay it. um but and even too, with the wins, and then, even with the not wins, right?
Yeah.
Because let's just be honest, we have those moments to where, our homeschool may not go, the way that we want it to go, or, it may not flow the way that we go, or, we don't understand, why, our children doesn't why they don't want to do, their morning work, or why they don't want to write, or why they don't want to do, fractions today. And you have to, extend that grace, and just to be,
Yes,
just open
absolutely.
to, whatever it is, that comes your way, because I think that's the beauty, the natural beauty
Mhm.
of homeschool, that you can make it into whatever it is that you choose. But you have to be willing just to be open and to let go sometimes, and to kind of see that
Uh-oh, I think our connection is breaking up. Jessica, I'm going to try to bring you back in. But to piggyback off of that, I'm trying to look for the comment. Who was it that said, oh, 3AK? She said she had decided, let me pull up her comment. We're not going to do makeup days for December. She said, I had to finally accept that. And that's when homeschooling is going well, because you're seeing what's going on in your homeschool and you're like, you know what? This might be kind of disruptive. Let me keep this as is, or let me get rid of this. So you're being Detective Stabler from Law and Order. You want to just let me see, Jessica, if you can kind of log back in, I'll patch you through. If you can do that, you can help to keep your homeschool going well, so you don't moonwalk back. Another thing to know, to gauge whether your homeschool is going well, is how does your day move? So let's get away from just the academics. How is your day flowing? You might find that Tuesdays and Thursdays work beautifully for you. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, not so. So you look at how your day is structured. You might be front loaded at the beginning of the week with lots of classes or lots of activities, and then toward the end of the week, you have less, and you find that things are more even keel. So you also want to look at what the day is, day to day, and the flow. And if you see that, Mondays are kind of little rough spots, but after Monday, because we got 5 million things going on, things just even out. Homeschooling is going well. So all you would have to do is say, okay, on Mondays, when these classes are over, I'm not going to sign them up for this again. Or I'm going to, whenever I get a chance, I'm going to try to drop this or add this or tweak that Monday to keep everything else moving smoothly. Okay, Jessica, I'm sorry. Our connection dropped. You want to continue what you were saying? Oh, we frozen? Can you hear us, Jess?
hey.
Hey, okay. So you were talking about, just the flows, when things aren't going right, and just, your day, basically how to, get your day going, and whatever else you were saying. Do you want to add to that?
Yeah, so once you get that part, taken care of, then you can just kind of tweak it, and just go with it again, but I really think that we just have to be open, and we got to be honest, and we got to, I think, just really just like open up to, just the different possibilities, that homeschool brings us. Now I homeschool in the evenings,
Oh, tell
but
us about that.
I can
Mhm.
make it work, for me, and for her. Some days I don't do anything. Some days, I just, take some days and not do anything with her. And then, I may move it to the weekend or something. So, it's all up to what you, I guess, want to make it to be,
That's
when it
right.
comes to you and your family. But so yeah, that's what I
And
was
that,
saying. Oh, and then when it comes to, mhm, go ahead.
no, go ahead, baby. You're good.
Oh, and then another thing too, because I love to keep notebooks and journals. So I
Mm-hmm.
started writing down all of my my
Don't listen.
resources in these notebooks,
Don't
and
listen.
then I migrated everything into this big one. So just keeping a log and keeping like a journal or keeping a diary, of
Mm-hmm.
maybe their progress, or maybe the resources that you
Yes,
found. Um, it's
because you
it's
will
it's all
forget.
in here.
You think you're gonna
Yeah.
remember? You will forget. Write it down. Write it down to free up more space, your bandwidth for other things. That is very, very key. That is very key. And listen, Jessica said she's a single mom, homeschools her daughter, and she homeschools unconventionally at night, on the weekends. Sorry, I was about to sneeze. You had to make that homeschool fit for you. And I've always talked about you being the CEO of your homeschool and you taking control of all of those resources and not letting those resources control you, or situations. This is exactly what Jessica is doing, y'all. She is like, we're going to homeschool. We're going to figure this out, and we're going to do it however we can do it. We're going to do it. And when you have that mindset, it frees you up to have homeschool that goes smoothly, okay? Because she's not trying to rush and try to squeeze in some homeschooling before public school, or right when she comes home immediately, or she's not trying to do all these typical things that homeschoolers do. She's doing what works for Jessica and her daughter. So when you step into your faith and realize this is what our homeschool is going to look like, homeschooling can start going very well for you. Now, you see, she showed you those 3 books, those notebooks. One thing that can help you on your journey to having those smooth homeschool days, write some stuff down. If you don't want to write it down, speak it into a recorder on your phone or a tape recorder. And I say this because we think we can remember everything. You can't, you won't. Don't put that on you. Being able to look, hold on. I'm about to show y'all because I got hold on. I got journals too. I keep everything because it's good to look back and see that progress. See that progress. Now, Jessica, tell us more about these notebooks.
Yeah. So these, I'll just show you. These are my old ones, but probably can't see anything. Like for this one, I'll just show an example.
For you.
Oh,
that way they can see you.
I'll just use this as an example. This is IEW here, right? And so I was curious. I was curious.
Okay.
Here it is. Yeah, I was curious about the his writing process and how he did things. So what I did was I scoured through YouTube and found one video. There was only one video here, to where she talked about her entire process and how she dealt with her son, because her son had difficulties writing and putting things down on paper. And so for her, she went through the process and she showed how she used his program. Well, I just wrote, just the basics, and you only need a little bit to kind of say, oh, well, you know what, I think I got this, right? So I just went through and I just wrote down all the high points. And so now, I can use this as reference to say, okay,
That's
well,
right.
I see how I can use this for my daughter in her writing. She loves to write, she loves to draw. So, why can't I use this same format or switch it up to how, I could use it for her. And I have it broken down and, just different things. I mean, you can make it to whatever it is you want. This is my new master copy here.
Now,
And
this sounds like a class that you might need to teach, Jess. No, seriously, because with what Jessica is doing, she is doing field work. She is watching that specimen that is her daughter and watching her progress, watching her movements, recording it, and then she's taking that information and then acting upon it, okay? And she doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. She doesn't have to keep thinking about it, because now she's giving her mind time to rest, because it's been recorded. It's in black and white. It's on paper. And now she can look at it when she's got time and start seeing some patterns, start flipping through. Oh, she was doing this now. And then flip back 5 pages. She was doing this. And now you start getting a bigger picture of your child in front of you right there in black and white. I love what you're doing. I might have to piggyback off of this. I love this. What do you guys think about this? Do you have a name for it, or have you been doing this for a long time? Okay, let me.
Yeah, just different
Okay.
things. Yeah, just different notes and things that I take here, that I can use for her. Like for
It's
this
almost like a
year,
take
this
your
is just list.
diary. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like this is all like math resources. So Greg Tang and all of his different books, and broken down into different math areas, so like fractions. Like I know next in the spring when she goes back to school after Christmas, she's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be working on fractions. That scares me a little bit, but I know that I can kind of work with what I have here to make it
Yes.
easier. And for me, this has been just a great tool and a great addition and a great extension to how I can best help her. And I have a little bit of background in education, so it's not too hard for me, but again, just trying to go back to figure out, okay, how does she learn? How
Mhm.
does she do things?
Yes.
And so, but just keeping something, even if it's just for you ladies,
Mhm.
and men out here, if you're on
Yep.
here, if you're watching, just take that time, that 10-20 minutes just to write. And I can sit here, an hour or two of just write, because it's what I like to do. But
Mhm.
I'm always researching, I'm always finding things that can help me, whether it be myself or for her too. And then once you compile everything, you can again just use this as a reference, as a
Yes.
resource. And I got math and reading and uh, apps and just everything that science, whether it be Out School, or I just found
Mhm.
this one a few minutes ago. I never heard of it, but I found it on Instagram. And it's like a free math website that I found. So I'm going to check that out later. But,
Yeah, and
again,
let us know
it
because
is, hold on, let me see.
what
No, can I?
I like, and I really
Oh, I
want
can.
to really keep hammering into you guys is what's the saying? Proper tools prevent, what's that saying? Proper tools prevent hard labor. Y'all know
Hmm.
what I'm talking about. When you have the right
Hmm.
tools, the work is
Hmm.
lighter. So, and this is what Jessica is doing in the flesh. Especially if you have more kids that are coming up in the pipeline, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right?
Hmm.
You already have something to work with that can take the burden of you having to come up with something, right? And also having those
Right.
resources. So that takes a lot of, that frees you to have more time to do other things. So I really implore you to, if you haven't done that, just just grab some paper, staple it together, whatever, and just write. Even if you don't know what to write, find the highlights or the wins. Write the date, just write it down, and the child, and just write that down. And then once you start doing it, like for about a week, remember how I talked about my son? Write TO one day, starting with like 2-letter words, then 3. That's you with how you write stuff down.
Hmm.
And it really helps you to start getting you in the mindset to think and see these things. Okay. You're not just being all academic in the ivory towers, you're in the field. And so now, because you're doing the work, that hand-eye connection and mind, hand, eye, mind, now you can help direct your child. Okay. Anything else you want to add, Jessica?
I was just reading a question here. I think that Miss Beautiful stated, she said
Let's
that her
see.
daughter struggled with critical thinking or out of the box thinking and hates writing. Um,
Anything you want to
I
add
don't,
to that?
yeah, these here, I don't know if you can, maybe, I don't know how old she is or what, but I use these as story cards, um,
Hold on, let me put
with
it on
my,
here. Okay.
these little story cards here. And I don't know how old she is, but maybe you can find, just like little story cards, and maybe just sit alongside her, and maybe you can maybe she can like orally tell a story, and then you can kind of write it out for her. Or maybe she can try looking at the picture and maybe drawing it, instead of maybe writing words just yet. Maybe she can just draw a picture of the story that she is telling, and then she can throw in some words, later. Maybe that make it a little bit easier for her. depending on her age. But and also like as far as critical thinking, just you can use like different you can make up a game like a word game that she can use her critical thinking skills. Um, she can also do if she likes to if she likes workbooks, maybe you can find like a workbook or something for her if she likes to do that. But just kind of see what she likes and kind of just go from there, kind of gauge it from there and kind of
And
see. But
beautiful. If I could
mhm,
just jump in really quickly. Don't be
what's
put
that?
off by that phrase critical thinking, okay?
Yeah,
All it is, when you're looking at the higher order level of thinking, your basic understanding, just acquisition of knowledge, all the way up to um, examination or rhetoric or the expression, being able to formulate a coherent thought response. But at that top level, you're asking how and why. Hey, so no karate for you. All right, I guess you already knew that. Well, you got money in your hand.
Okay, so well,
You know I'm live, right?
Oh, okay.
Can I wait for a little bit?
All right. Should I explain where I got the money?
You didn't get out my purse, did you?
No.
Okay, then I don't need to know. But I'm gonna get to you in about 15-20 minutes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sorry, y'all. So the base level of understanding is just asking what is the Trojan War? And then higher level, the critical thinking, the what, the why, and the how is why did the Trojan War start? How did it come about? You're asking questions that don't require a yes, no, closed-ended answer. They require more open-ended answers. So when you're thinking about critical thinking with your daughter, find something that she really likes, a book, a movie, a cartoon, whatever she likes. And I don't know her age, but find that sweet spot with her. And then you do everything around that sweet spot. That was one thing I learned in ABA therapy with my son, the one that just was talking about money in his hand. We do everything around what that child likes. That's instant buy-in. Okay. Now for her, for writing, say she likes, I don't know, what's a girl movie? I don't know, Muna or something. And you can have her do writing based on an event from the movie, but make it really, really fun. It could be something as simple as what the fashion in Muna, and then she has to write like all the different dresses. I don't even know if that's what the movie is about, but you see what I'm saying. So you take something that she's really into, and you can give her some writing assistance where that topic is concerned. Then you take that same movie or book and you ask her questions about it. Why do you think she? Well, I don't know what Muna is about. Let me think. Well, Harry Potter. Why do you think Hermione? See, which Harry Potter movie? Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Ask why she did that. How did he do that? And when she answers, you come back with, well, why? That's the nut. Where's my book? I have a book that's called How to Read Literature. And some of y'all know about this book. Where is it? I got so many books. Here we go. How to Read Literature. That is the nut and bulk of that. How to read literature like a professor. This is critical thinking skills. The main thing is, look, I'm about to make this for you guys because I'm already doing this. This is all why and how. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to buy nothing. Now, the critical thinking company, they are known for having critical thinking material. So you get some workbooks. Go on eBay first. Critical thinking company, and just have at it. They got so much stuff that will teach the critical thinking part. Okay, and then that way you can see different ways that they approach it, and then you just insert that into whatever she likes. Remember what I said about homeschooling going well? When your child is engaged and interested, so she might not like the books from critical thinking company, but you look and see how they do it. Maybe write it in your journal like Jessica, and then you apply it to whatever your child likes. Okay, that keeps the homeschool moving smoothly, right? Smooth. Okay. And then you're out of the box thinking, because you're critically thinking. That by its nature would make you out of the box thinking, because everybody really, quiet as it's kept, they're blinders with their thinking. And then with the writing, make it fun and start very slow, very incremental. Don't even think about writing. Don't even call it writing. A lot of writing, most of writing is pre-writing before you get down and start writing everything. So just step back 200 paces and go super slow and macro and make it interesting. It'll buy you some time. All right. Anything you want to add to that, Jessica?
No, spot on.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions for Jessica? I love this journal. I would love to have you come back on and like really show us how you do your journal and your thought process, because that's a wonderful idea. It reminds me of the teacher diaries, usually for like a first year teacher, because they need to know. And then once they write things down, they just build on it from year to year, and they're not reinventing the wheel, right? All right, let me pull up some of these comments. So are you using the journal to build your own curriculum customized to your daughter?
Yes and no. A little bit. I can kind of, right now I'm focusing on math and specifically fractions, and with the pandemic, there's certain things that she lost, and so I'm trying to, work that back in, like the multiplication, division, stuff like that. Because we just entered into third grade this year, so I know it's third grade is a big jump for both of us. It's a whole nother school, whole nother side of town. So with that being said, focusing right now on like fractions and division, things like that. But also, I know that I can kind of maybe help, like another family or someone else, because all of these things are just, ideas and things, that other people may have said. Somebody has said something. I saw a game, or, a website or something, or yes, even a curriculum. But and also too, going to making your own curriculum, and that's just the beauty of homeschool, that I've found. Um, with her being in public school and then me growing up in public school as well. Uh, it's so much more free. Like I could just do whatever I want. I don't have to listen to
Yeah.
anybody. And I can just make it. Oops, I could just make it all my own, and I can, again, going back to seeing what works and where it doesn't work. I can, if I spend, $50 on, X curriculum, and then it doesn't go well, then well, try something different. And then also moving into, you can kind of see here, um, my books here, uh, and I don't know if every state has it. I'm here in Mississippi, and I think someone said that they're from Alabama, but and since we're sister states, I don't know. We may have the same thing with the Dolly Parton, to where the Dolly Parton Imagination Foundation.
I love Miss DP.
Yeah, she's awesome. And so, when I first, when my daughter was a baby, getting books in the mail every month was, that's how I started with my books and building her curriculum, was through the program. Signing her up at, well, she was 5 or 6 months when I signed her up, so I get books every month. And then, it grows and it grows and it grows. And, literacy and all that stuff is so important. For She's trying to look. She's trying to look and see what I'm doing. So yeah, it just allowing, just that freedom of, yeah, like for a breath of fresh air. Exactly what it is. To, where, we can do as we choose. Whether it be our own, beliefs, or whatever it may be, right? We can do whatever we want.
But we don't always
And
do that, which is why
we don't
sometimes
always do
it
that.
comes crashing down. We have this power. I remember real quickly. I remember I lived in New York City, and I was dating the surgeon. He was he was a resident, and which means he wasn't practicing yet. And
Mhm.
I remember he told me, he was like, well, that's my other name, Nikki. you don't realize the power you have. Because I asked him to do something, but I was like, never mind, never mind. And he was like, how you look and what you do. He was like, you don't even realize the power you have. He was like, all these girls, he was actually kind of annoyed because he's like, he's struggling as a resident. They only get so much money to live off of. And he was like seeing these really pretty girls and they had sponsors and sugar daddies and stuff like that. He was like, you don't even realize the power you have to have a totally different life. And I was like, wow, he's really right. I really don't realize I never exercised that power, but it was there. In homeschool, we use 10% of our power in our homeschool, and there's so much more that we could do, but we still have that invisible fence around us that keeps us from just letting go and just doing whatever the heck we want. But back to you, Jessica. Go ahead.
No, no, thank you. I think someone was trying to find out what that was. Yeah, it's you just have to go on the site and type in your zip code, and it will show
Is
you
it
if
hard?
yeah, if for the Dolly Parton Imagination Foundation books.
Okay.
And it only goes up to age 5. So after age 5, you don't get any more books because you start kindergarten then. So for most families.
Okay.
Um,
Real quick, I want to catch up with some of these comments.
mhm,
Melinthia, I don't know, Jessica, if you use EIW, that's Essentials in Writing. If you do, if you could touch
I
on that.
don't.
We'll get to that, Melinthia. I think it was you or someone that asked about that. Also, beautiful, you're live. Are you trying to get on? I don't know. Do we know what's going on here? You're live or you are alive? I don't know what you're saying, but I want to get to Kamika's question where she says her son reads well, but his spelling is not so good. That's my son. So I started him over on a grade level below, and each week we review all the words from prior weeks on the whiteboard, and it's going very well. Is there anything you want to add to that, Jessica?
Yeah, so for spelling, I've noticed this, especially now since she's in a different grade, and her um requirements are are different. So,
Yeah.
I don't get I noticed, and I noticed too, I don't get any homework or anything like that. So I get nervous, like, oh my gosh, like what did you do at school today? So I can know
Oh
because I want to
yeah.
know. Uh, but um but for spelling for me, I use, yeah, with the whiteboard, I use that, and then I have her type,
Yeah,
have her
yeah.
type.
Thank you. Remember,
That's pretty much all I do now. Have her type.
and no, and that's great. And that goes to someone who said thinking outside the box. When you're trying to teach spelling, you kind of just have with certain subjects, you just kind of have an idea of how it should be taught. And a lot of times you just have to do something out the box. Right now, to this day, shout out to Redfield, to this day, my son, my youngest son, he reads very, very well. He's got the memory of an elephant. Wait, elephants have long memories, right? He can recall every random fact in every war. He can tell you about every major hurricane. He's really, oh my gosh, he's all this stuff. He'll forget how to spell does. DOES. Mom, is it DOSE like the dose when you take? How many times he asked you that? Certain things. I'm like, okay, you have dyslexia or dysgraphia. What do you got going on? Barton, I get you the Barton, Ortho, Gillingham, whatever. But he is not a speller. So he will have to work at memorizing as much as he can. It doesn't come naturally to him like it did for his other two brothers. So, and I'm definitely making a video on this because he's going to allow me, because I'm going to pay him. But remember, I started off with all about spelling, and I think I did a video on that, and that went well with having them be able to decode words and see words within words. But I'll save that for another day. But using a whiteboard was for us very instrumental in him just being able to take ownership of it. Just a small little whiteboard, and just, you'd be surprised the flow of the ink with a dry erase marker versus the scratchy, more resistant movement with a pencil on paper makes a difference for some kids. And so, things you don't even think about because you're a grown person, but to a younger little person, it makes a big deal. So those are some things to think about. So, and yeah, I did a grade level. I did the very beginning, grade level. Okay. Remember, cross it out with a Sharpie, the grade level. Remember, I had my 8th grader go to 3rd grade for his writing when we went into writing and rhetoric. No shame in our game. And he's phenomenal. But, we don't discriminate. I don't care what the publisher says this is for. This is going to be for my kid for however long it needs to be. So, Kamika, you keep doing what you're doing because it's going well. Don't change nothing, girl. When homeschool is going well, do not moonwalk. You make sure you always know where that whiteboard is. You make sure you always have some extra markers for that whiteboard. And you make sure you have a space where you guys always go. You make sure that space is always available to keep homeschool going well. That's a win. That's a win right there. What time is it? Okay, it's 1 hour and 15 minutes. We're kind of light because I go like 2 hours. I want to pull up another question and then get your feedback on that. Are you okay with me throwing these questions at you, Jessica?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so Mona says, also different aspects of your life. When things happen out of the usual or someone is acting differently, ask her a question about it and let her think about what just happened. Yes, critical thinking skills at its finest, because when your child is out of your house in the environment, they need to quickly bring in that information that they're seeing, however that stimulus comes to them, process it, interpret it, and then react to that. So, and they have to keep doing it repeatedly so they get good at it. So what you just said there, Muna, is very key. And it doesn't even have to be anything out the usual. Let me tell you, I take my oldest son to school. He's in public school. He's in 9th grade. And we have this okay, remember when that Travis Scott thing happened with the tragedy? Well, my kids already know because I grew up in the military. You always know exits, when you got to know, study the people around you. So at his high school, I said, listen, things be going on at these high schools with the pew, 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 pew. And so you got to be prepared. He says, Mom, what does that look like? I said, good question. So we talked about, me, I'm about the school. This is during the summertime. We did reconnaissance on the whole campus. We didn't know which classes were going to be, but he knew if he's in this part, this quadrant, or that quadrant, that fence, you can scale. Over there's the maintenance building. You can easily hide because it's all dirty and nasty over there. Blah, 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 blah. That over there is where all the bushes are. So he knows. But the key thing was, it was the people. And I said, okay, son, every time we go to school, you're at lunch or passing the hallways, you people watch. And you look at people who look kind of different. Maybe they're being bullied, maybe they're having a bad day. A lot of students, they're stressed out from just everything that's going on. And you watch and you see who's acting differently. Because I'm amazed at what he sees. Now, he didn't quite really get into it the first couple of weeks because he's just figuring things out. But he'll come tell me when he gets in the car, yeah, so-and-so, his mom passed away, and his best friend, and he's not doing really well. I was like, how do you know that? I said, is it like on social media? He's like, no, he's in my classroom, and he's just like, his hair's never combed anymore. So he was describing, and I said, okay, so we keep an eye on him, right? And I say, how do you think he's feeling? So now he's in the habit of watching people and seeing what's out of place, that little game that says what doesn't fit or what's different, like the highlights where you have to find the things, like the hot dog on the beach. They have all those little different things in a setting. You have to find what didn't belong there. And so that's one thing we want to teach our kids is, and this goes with how to keep your homeschool moving smoothly. Your kids in the house, one of your kids just wakes up and they just in that kind of mind space. they look at that and then think, okay, did something happen last night? Did I say something? Okay, now they're thinking, okay, and they're trying to put pieces together to figure out how did this person get to how this person is right now in front of me? Maybe it's, I ate that last cookie and that was really his cookie and he's pissed about it. All kinds of things. So you really want to take definitely current events. That's perfect. Take current events and just keep asking them how and why. And then people, you go to the grocery store, you see somebody that goes into the store with no shoes, if they can get into the store or whatever, whatever. And then you ask them questions about that person. Okay. So I do that with girls, baby. These girls that go to school with shorts with their little boo-boo is hanging out and all kinds of stuff. And then there'll be a girl that walks by. She got jeans on, a big old sweatshirt, colored hair. And I'll ask him about all those girls. Okay. Why do you think it's 52 degrees out and she got on booty shorts and a crop top and she holding her jacket in her hand and she's cold? Tell me about this girl. Why is she dressing like that, Mom? She's trying to get the attention of, some of the guys, you just keep asking them, why would she want attention from these guys? Why is that important? Well, she probably has low self-esteem. Why do you think she has low self-esteem? Well, maybe her friends don't really like her, or maybe she's trying to fit in. Why? You just keep asking why. That's all it is. It's whys in house. I know that was long-winded, but there you go. So thank you, Muna. That was a great addition that you added. Hey, Divinely Planted. Long time no see. Okay, hold on. What's Dolly what? Okay, beautiful. If you I don't know if Jessica answered your question, but if you can just recap, Jessica, what Dolly is for beautiful.
Yeah, it was the Dolly Parton Imagination library. And you can yeah, I think someone said that they get those books. So yeah, it's just a book that you can or a little card that you fill out and you'll get your books every month until they are 5 years of age.
I agree, Melinthia. She's got a very soothing voice, which is why I want you guys to come on. I'm gonna ask you next, Melinthia, because you're from Houston. I want you guys to come on. Oh no, what she sounded like. It's very relaxing. It's very soothing. You could do some ASMR, girl, and make some money. All you have to do
I'm
is just
thinking
like
about
just say
starting a podcast myself.
wait, you're going to start one or you have started one?
I'm going to start one probably in the new year. I got to get the
All right,
works
well
and
then
everything. Yeah.
you let us know and we will definitely support you. But listen, guys, a lot of you guys have talents and things, and we don't know. We just see the face. If you put your face up there on your thumbnail, and we want to be in your business. We want to support you. We also want to, gather all the information. Okay, Melinthia, you need to come on. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. You need to come on here because you need to talk about homeschooling in extreme heat in Houston because I grew up in it. Just man, we need every kind of advice and help that we can get. So I'm not discriminating against anything. Divinely Planted says, I had that issue with my son. We started going over spelling rules. It has helped him tremendously. You should try it. So there's a solution for you, Kimika, with the spelling, okay? And I don't remember what grade or what age your son is, but if he's 3rd grade, you can definitely pull back. But if he's older, then what Divinely Planted suggested is good. But what you're doing is good. So don't break it up. Don't moonwalk. Look, I was trying to make you take a little moonwalk step. Don't moonwalk. Just keep it in mind. If you have a journal like Jessica, write it in your journal. And then if you start to feel the little bumps or pushing you out the window, then try that suggestion. Okay. So the journal is good just to keep on hand. It's your arsenal of weapons to help with things that are coming up in your homeschool that you need to battle. So write that stuff down, keep it in one central location. Okay. Oh, don't worry, Divinely. I talk with typos. Okay, let's see. Let's catch up on these comments, and then we will start to wrap this up, guys. Melinthia says, for spelling, we use sidewalk chalk outside. We spell words with beans. We spell out the word while doing jumping jacks. Anything except pen to paper helps with mine. Absolutely. That is, you're bringing in all your sensory input to help with the spelling, to help with, there's so much going on in your child at that developmental stage that we just take for granted. And all of that helps to tie it in. And a lot of times kids just do need to have some kind of movement to stimulate the thinking. So all of that is great. Plus, they're getting outside, they're getting vitamin D, and they're exercising. All of that is a win. It's a win. It helps to keep your homeschool moving smoothly. Yes, use a dry erase board. Okay. Let's see. Military brat mamas prepared. That's right. I'm a military brat. We know what you meant, beautiful. Okay, yes, podcast. Look, see, Jessica, we want the podcast. We want the podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. But Miss Jessica, if there's anything that you want to add, that you really want to bring home to us, we're definitely going to have you come back on. Now that I'm getting this guest thing, situated, and then I can let you guys talk more and me talk less. If there's anything else you really want to leave with us, but first, yeah, let me tell you, that journal stuff that Jessica has, you guys have benefited from that, because every live she has like 3, 4, 5 resources that she gives. I bet you she's going in her journals like I have. I gotta be snazzy with my stuff. And pull out the journals, and she's like, someone needed Spanish resources. Oh, Nikki needed Spanish resources. Oh, let me see. Maybe look, it's right here. It's right here. Okay. Look, 13th century guidelines by the Sorbonne. Now, who needs to know stuff like that? But it was like, I'm like, you know what? That's going to be key when my son's in high school. Little did I know he was going to go to public school, but he might come back home. Just workshops. Just, man, just everything. Just notes. Just notes. Okay.
I used to have one a long time ago when I was in high school. I used to have I don't have one anymore. I probably need to do a whole updated one. I can do one, yes.
I'm gonna tell you,
But
yes.
yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. Yeah.
Yes, definitely go follow her, please. She's got so much great information, and I did not do her justice because she could talk forever with all of the knowledge that she has. And also, as you're going forward in the new year, you want to tap into Jessica, because she is testimony of no excuse homeschooling. Everybody's got an excuse. I don't have enough money. I work. I don't have a man. I live with my mom. These are all excuses. She's a single mom. She looks good. Does she look all beat down, tired, just struggling, trying to make it? And she's got a beautiful daughter that is thriving, okay? And she's doing things out the box. So let that be inspiration for you going into the new year, that no matter your circumstance, if you want to do this for your babies, you gonna do it, and you can do it. And I want you to see women like this who are doing it, and they're doing it with grace. Okay, now she might have her days where she want to pull her hair out or pull the barrettes off her daughter's hair, but you know what? She's still doing it. Okay, so no excuses. Look at this. They all want you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, this
Thank
is
you
a
so much,
troll.
everybody.
So let me get rid of this. Yeah.
And one more thing to add. I know that I think somebody said something on spelling really quickly. Because I know we have to go, but
Was it
for
Melinthia?
spelling, I think it was. This is something that I did. Now, again, every child learns differently. It does things differently, so you have to make sure that you again, kind of tap into them, right? Well, first I use this. This is the hardest thing, but once I figured it out, I got it, but I
Let's
use
see.
it every now and again. This one, I don't know if
White
you have.
side for spelling.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And spell, what's the other one? The red one?
Uh-oh, I'm sorry. Whoops. Whoop, whoop. There it is.
Spell to write and read. Okay, so is this what you're using right now?
This is what I did last year. And it was difficult, and it challenged me to figure out, first of all, how to use it, because all I had was just the books. If if I don't need something, I'm not gonna buy more than what I can, what I need. So
Yeah.
I just use these two books, and it's hard to find information on it, but I kind of took it and ran with it, and figured it
Mhm.
out how to help with her spelling. Also, I use the free Logic of English
Mhm.
sessions, and I had her to go through all through the videos, to help her, with the what is it? I'm losing my thoughts
The
here.
cards, the
Somebody said it,
hold
spelling
on.
something. I can't remember. Somebody just said it on here.
About
Can they
your
for
spelling, the
spelling?
thing that you
Oh yeah. Oh, for spelling rules. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, for like spelling rules and all that. And so I had her go through the Logic of English, like the free videos and all that. Again, trying to just to resource what I could. And she's a strong reader, but then spelling can be an issue. So for her now, what I'm doing is I'm using typing, but then to incorporate the reading, because some days she's like, I don't want to read. I don't want to read. So,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to read something. I don't care what it is, but read something. So this, like, I think was like 2 weeks ago. I had her to pull a book off the shelf, but I'll use this as an example. So, this is just the Anne of Green Gables, right?
Mhm.
And and to help her with her spelling, we're doing typing now, so she can get used to typing. That's a skill that I want her to know about and to be familiar with. And so I just had her pick a page, any page that she chose from her book, and I just had her just to type, just to type a couple sentences from it.
Mhm.
And then what I did was, I printed it off, and I had her to, and then I incorporated a little bit of grammar. So I had her to find the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives in
Yes, I
different
love it.
colors. And then I extended that, and then I had her to do an extension lesson to write me a sentence using the words, and then we worked on spelling the words that she thought were difficult for her. And so and those were the words that we focused on. There was like 5 words that we kind of hit on.
Mhm.
So you can take anything, and you can turn it into a lesson, or you can turn it into
Absolutely.
something to help your child. So again, whatever you have in your home, your homeschool, your bookshelf, whatever it is that you have, that you can just take whatever it is, no matter how big or small, and you can just turn
Mhm.
it into just turn it into anything that you choose. And
Absolutely.
just to make sure that they are understanding what it is, uh that's being read to them, so the comprehension part of it, right? So you're asking questions, you maybe have them to retell you the story or to narrate it. All right, bye. So just making it fun. I know
Mhm.
someone said they use the jumping jacks and the beans. So again, like you said, you're using those 5 senses to hone in on that
Yes.
one skill.
Yes.
And just how beautiful learning, and even for us, right?
Yep.
As parents. So yeah, just take it day by day, moms. I see you on here whenever Miss Nikki's on the lives, and I see y'all. I read the comments. And I think it's just so beautiful to use this platform for us to learn and to grow together, to help each other out in any way that we can.
Let me jump in and
So yeah.
just say, she just dropped a major jewel for you guys. Now, y'all know I'm a curriculum junkie. back in the day, the turn of the century, of the last century, the late 1800s, early 1900s, the writing, the reading was so much more sophisticated than it is today.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, when you go into that one school room where all levels, all grades are taught in one room, the one room schoolhouse, they had like 2 or 3 books. They had nothing on the walls, a chalkboard, and they did what Miss Jessica just told you. They took a book, an interesting book. Halftime probably wasn't probably even an interesting book, but they took that book and they taught spelling, grammar, writing,
Yep.
everything from that book. Now, y'all know I love me some Marva Collins. This is something Marva Collins did. She did it, but she did with great literary works, but it never fails. You can use any kind of book. You can teach everything from that book. And I think that's wonderful that she just told you guys, you don't have to buy all of this. You don't have to buy separate writing, separate spelling, grammar, curriculum. You can get something as a teacher to kind of learn yourself if you're kind of shaky or you've forgotten or if it's not your strong point, and start with the book. It's just, you don't need a lot to get started, is what I'm saying. Okay. And you take control of it and just have fun with it. That's how we have
Yeah.
homeschooling where it goes well. Okay. You don't have to spend all this money.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the space to put all this curriculum and stuff like that. If I had to do it all over again, I would want a crate, and everything that I needed to homeschool would fit in a crate.
Mhm.
And if I was really a bad BI ... it would be half that crate. Because I would be like, you know what? I could take this painting right here on this wall and teach. Oh, I got the wrong camera. Oh, this one doesn't turn. And I could teach colors, geometry, whatever, and make it interesting, make it pop, So don't underestimate yourself. And what Jessica said, she said it on the slide, but I caught it. You, as the educator, you have fun. You get into it. You learn yourself. Learn with your child. Okay. And then you'll start to want to do the little journaling or do a little more research to find out how can I extend this lesson. Okay. It'll start to be organic. It will come. Even if you have the shortest amount of time and you have all the obligations, if you like it, you will find time and you will do it. Miss Jessica, any parting words you want to give our tribe? Because I am enjoying this. And look, Muna says, I
No,
have learned so much. Yep, it's old school
yes, old
teaching.
school teaching.
Yeah, that's what she was doing. What was the math app or book, Miss Jessica? Look, I got them calling you Miss Jessica. What was
That's
the
what they
math
used to
app?
call me when I was in school, when I taught in Head Start. That was my
Mhm.
name, Miss Jessica. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm from the South. Yeah, we don't call people by their first names. It's Miss.
And I'm from the South, so it's always that. But let me see.
Mm.
I mentioned it before. Let's see. It's 99math.com. I just found this today, so I don't know too much about it. But then I saw this one. Hold on, let me look.
I
It's
know,
called
Mona. That's me
I
too.
can what is
Y'all
it?
write this down. Y'all know y'all gotta have a pen
I
and
think I have to type
paper.
it. Can I type it? Let
You
me
have this
see.
lovely lady in front of you.
Topmarks.co.uk. And it's just a fun little this is one, and then the other one is 99 math.
All right, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Topmarks.co.uk. That is the math app that Miss Jessica was talking about.
One more.
All right, so
Okay.
does anyone have
Yeah.
any questions? Does anybody want to share how homeschooling is going well for you? Does anybody want to share that it was going well, but you had a moonwalk? Anybody want to share anything like that? Because maybe we can help you reverse the moonwalk. Okay, because we're not just here just talking. We also want to give you solutions immediately that you can use, you can employ. All right, girl, look, she done came through. Jessica came through with all the resources. All right, let me put all this in the chat. And if you are finding some great value out of this, please put a like on the video to show your love, because we have some amazing moms who, and I know there are some dads out there. There was a dad on IG. I hope he came over. We don't want to exclude them, because if you're a guy homeschooling, you get double props, because this is definitely a female dominated world of ours. Let's see. I think you gave me one more. Oh, you're welcome, Jess. Yeah, we definitely have to have you come back on. All right, so I put two more. Oh, I gotta show them. My bad. Hold on. I put two more links for math resources, mathandalgebra.com and 99math.com. And Blue School, your phone is about to die. All right, well, we're about to wrap up, so you're not going to miss anything. So listen, so come January, a lot of things on the horizon for a lot of you guys, and definitely for Jessica. We're going to look out for her podcast, and hopefully she can get that YouTube channel back up and cracking. We want to support all of our moms, all of our sisters and men and brothers in this journey. And I just want to open the invitation to anyone else who wants to come on and share their wisdom, their experiences. Even if you're like a newbie and you're just struggling, yes, we want you to come on and talk about that, because other people who are just like you want to see you. Okay, we don't want everyone that's veterans and they have it all figured out. We want the clueless, the messy people, the whatever. So then people can say, you know what? Yeah, she's struggling too, or she's trying to figure things out. I can relate to that. Okay, and then you guys can exchange information or go follow this person or that person, and then you don't feel so alone in this homeschool journey, especially if you don't really have a large homeschooling community. Your community is online, so that's why I want you guys to come on and show yourselves. I make notes on my phone. My first journal got wet. Uh-oh. Look, I have stains on mine and on my old ones where the ink is like faded because I use that erasable pen. Not a good idea. I won't do that again. But yeah, my phone. I just like having something in my hand. I like to see my handwriting. But I plan to do a homeschool series on my channel, Divinely Planted. Listen, when you do that, you come here and let us know so we can go and support you. Okay. All right. So we are going to wrap this up. Any last parting words? Make sure you give us your IG again, Jessica, and y'all go subscribe and follow her and support this lady. Okay.
Yeah, it's learning dot with dot sweet dot tea. So learning with sweet tea and dots in the middle. All right, so learning dot with dot sweet dot tea. Okay. Yeah, and just thank you so much for having me, and I hope I said something to you this evening that can move you in some way, that can help you on your journey. And we're all in this together.
Absolutely.
And we just take it, just take it a day at a time. And I wish you all well. I know we got Christmas coming up, so
Yep.
I hope that you all have a good Christmas and have good family time. So yeah, but thank you so much.
You are welcome, and thank you guys for staying with us, an hour and 43 minutes into this. And just remember, like 3AK Homeschool was saying, maybe homeschooling, you had one day that went well and you had like 99 days that didn't. It's always a new day. We're going into the holiday season. Reset, realign. It's okay. Just think of a prepared homeschooler is a peaceful homeschooler. So if you have some time, just jot down some things that aren't working. Think about things, how you can change that. Just one thing at a time. Just do one thing at a time. Choose one thing to change. Okay. And also be honest with your kids. Hey, y'all, it was rough this year, huh? I'm not even gonna lie. It was rough for me. I was still trying to figure things out. I want to make this fun for you guys. What do you suggest? Do you have any suggestions? I'm open, but I'm going to try to figure some things out. But I want you to know I am open to you coming to me and say, Mom, you know, I'm not really feeling this. Can we try something else? But with respect. And then have that dialogue with your children. That's the gateway to critical thinking. But you have to involve your child in the discussion so they can practice those critical thinking skills. Okay. And it'll be fine. But we're definitely going to continue this because it seems to be important to a lot of people. And it is what I didn't go into, and I'll probably do on another video, is how to keep yourself from moonwalking when things are going well, because that's the self-sabotage. And we do that because inside we don't believe we deserve to be happy. We don't believe that things should be going well. We're looking for the struggle, right? And that's a scarcity mentality where there's not enough in the universe for me. But there is, and we're going to try to find that. So with that said, I love you guys. Please go and support Jessica. Put some likes on this channel, and also you have your free daily checklist. I'm going to change that freebie in
You're
the new
welcome.
year.
Thank you.
I'm going to change that freebie. If you want, I'll probably put a poll up to see what you want for the new freebie that I keep on my channel, and I'm going to change that up. And check out my new YouTube channel, the Messy Homesteader. I would love it if you would subscribe, help get my numbers up to 100 and all that jazz. And I'll be having new content in the coming weeks. And that's it. I love you guys. Thank you, Jessica, so much. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
earlier working with me with the audio and all of that. And we will see you guys soon. So enjoy the holidays. Be safe. Be restful, and I'll probably go live a couple of days next week. All right, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, let me go through some of these comments really quickly. Okay, thank you, Jessica. It's so good to see you on this live. I've been writing down your recommendations all year. I'm going to take a picture of that because that is key. See, you never know who was watching you. You never know. And you never know your impact. Okay? You never know. You might think it's inconsequential, but it's everything to someone else. So I'm glad you said that, Danielle. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. And have a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year's. Thank you, Kamika. All right. Those are all the comments. Hold on. I got some private stuff. Jessica, you're still in the private chat. That's okay. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I will have a follow-up to this because I had a lot of notes I didn't get to because I'm long-winded, but I'm going to follow this up. This is going to be a part 2, and I'm going to have more specific examples of things to do to really ensure a smooth sailing homeschool, okay? And what to do, like 6 things to do to help get it back on track, okay? Because sometimes it's just a little tweak and then you're good. You're all good, okay? But we don't want to over tweak it and then have the house of cards come down. I just mix metaphors or whatever. We just need to learn what's a little tweak and then what's an overhaul, okay? And then I want to teach you how to discern between when you just need to do a little bit and when you like, you know what, I got to burn the house down. Not your house, but we got to burn it down and figure something out. So with all that said, guys, enjoy your weekend. I got an early football tournament tomorrow that I'm not excited about going to. But que sera, it is what it is. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.